Hello, everyone. Hello, I believe I'm live now. Welcome to Truly Making a Difference. Welcome to Family Corner. As you know, I am the convener of Family Corner. Please let me know if you can see me live. Actually, let me know if you can see me live. Okay. Are you able to see me? Let me know. Is the sound okay? Please let me know. Okay, so this afternoon, this is a live sort of segment. This is a live. We are live. Okay, I'm just checking everything if I am doing everything accordingly. Okay. All right, so this afternoon, so I'm here to really educate you about sleepovers. Okay, so it's about preventing sexual abuse. I'm here to talk about sleepovers. Please feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to contribute. Okay, I'll be looking at the comment section of the page in case you have any question. Okay, so what am I talking about? We're talking about, should my child go on a sleepover? Should other children come to my house for a sleepover? Okay, so as you know, I'm an advanced social worker. I assess risk that children face. I also assess risk that families that have children also face. I make recommendation. I do a number of things. I write court reports. And I advise school when it comes to safeguarding and when it comes to protecting children from risk, from physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, so many different type of sort of risk. I believe I'm also a parenting sort of expert. Okay, so today I'm here to talk about, should my child go on sleepovers? Should other children come to your house for a sleepover? Okay, so spending the time with friends may seem like a normal part of growing up. You may have a little one and your little one is not at a state that they're going to be asking you that they want to go on a sleepover. But you know what, as children are making friends, as they're growing up, they may get to a state that they may ask that they want to go on a sleepover, or other people may actually ask them that they want to come to their house for a sleepover. Okay, or it could also be your friends or your relatives or somebody, yeah, let's say friends, relative, that may be asking you that, oh, can your child come sleep, can your child come sleep over to our house? Or they may be saying, oh, I would like my child to come sleep over. Okay, so what are the things that you need to consider? It's important to keep learning. I must say, it's important to keep learning when it comes to sleepovers. Okay, you need to be learning about the risk out there. Okay, would I encourage somebody to go on a sleepover? I think it would be good for me to share my personal view as well, as somebody that has been working in these sort of, when it comes to safeguarding, protecting children for the last 10-11 years. No, since 2009. How many years ago was it? How many years? Probably 11 coming to 12 years. Sleepover is not something that I personally would recommend. However, I'm here to sort of educate you, for you to weigh the pros and cons, okay, of sleepovers. Okay, as parents and carers, what should you consider when it comes to sleepover? Okay, so let's say your child or your children are going somewhere for like sleepover, and you want to start thinking about, okay, who would my child be exposed to when they go for that sleepover? Who would my child be exposed to when they go on that sleepover? What sort of adult will be there? Okay, am I aware of the other adults in that household? Are they safe adults? Do I feel 100%, are you hearing the keywords here? Do I feel 100% confident that the other adult or that adult in that household would not expose my child to anything inappropriately? Am I confident that that other household that my child is going will not sexually assault my child? Okay, you need to start thinking about that. If you have any doubt about, you're not certain whether any other adult in that household will sexually assault your child, sexually abuse your child, or will expose your child to anything like inappropriately, which I will come to when I use the language inappropriately. If you have any doubt, if you're not able to say no, if you're not able to say, okay, I'm not sure, I'm not sure if there are safe adults in that household. I'm not sure if my child will not be exposed to inappropriately. If you have any doubts, please don't send your child for a sleepover. And if you also have any doubts, okay, that's the first one. Please don't send your child for a sleepover. You have any doubts about any adult in that household, please don't send your child for a sleepover. You want to be confident that they are safe adults in that household. BB left a comment saying, absolutely, we need to be very confident that all adults, even children in that house, will look out for only the best interests of our children. Absolutely, BB, because you know what, I'm focusing about be sure that they are safe adults in that house. Also children, do you know when it comes to sexual perpetrator, sexual abuser, do you know that when it comes to our job, a lot of children actually abuse other children sexually? Sometimes we think they're just adults, okay? And when people abuse children, they don't write on their forehead that they're abusers. Children also, when it comes to the statistic and what we deal with on a day-to-day basis, children, when I mean children, 8-year-old, 7-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, they actually abuse other children. So you want to be confident that where you're sending your child for a sleepover or another child coming into your house or adult, you want to be confident that they are safe adults. They are safe adults. If you have any doubt, please don't send your child to that household, okay? Or please don't welcome that child into that household, okay? That's one. And when it comes to sleepovers, okay, yes, it's got its benefit. One of the benefits is your child will learn about how another family, how they live, okay? Your child will learn to play with other children. That's another benefit. But I'll let you know that the risk outweighs the positive when it comes to sleepover, okay? The benefit is your child will learn how another family lives. They will learn to play with their friend. However, the risks are more detrimental to your child's well-being, to your child's long well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being, and it can be devastating. So the risk outweigh the positive. Hence, I'm not in a position to recommend sleepover. However, I'm here to educate you, for you to know the risk. I've only mentioned one benefit. If you know any other benefit when it comes to sleepovers, please let me know. The only benefit I can let you know is your child will learn about how another family lives. They get to play. They learn about different cultures. So I've talked about one thing that you need to take on board in terms of the other adults in that household or other children. Are you confident that they are safe children? Okay. You want to also be mindful of the music your child will be exposed to. What sort of music would they be exposed to? Is that are you confident about the music that the people in that household listen to? Are you confident that your child will not be exposed to pornography? Yeah, are you confident that your child will not be exposed to pornography? Are you also confident that your child will not be exposed to inappropriate discussion about boys, girls, or anything inappropriately? Are you also confident that your child will not be exposed to any form of sexual activities or somebody dressing inappropriately? Are you confident about what your child will be exposed to when it comes to TV, internet, what they'll be watching on TV, what they'll be watching on the internet? Okay. So let's talk about benefit. I've mentioned a couple of risks there. Let's see what BB has put. BB put other parents who have more free time as kids are away. That's true. That's a benefit that sometimes people consider when they send their children for sleepovers, in the sense of you can have your special time with your spouse. So let's say my husband and I will get to spend time together, free of children being around, okay? And the children will get to play with other children as well. Another benefit is the benefit of interacting with another family. They can get it from other contexts, not only when they sleep over. You're right. Let's say it's like a day trip as well. Okay, those are amazing benefits as well. And children also learn about other people's rules. Okay, they will know that maybe mommy or daddy, they are not the only one that follow similar sort of rules or similar values. So your child may learn other similar values from other parents that are Christian parents. They will know that, okay, it's not just mommy and daddy that actually apply sort of rules and values like this. Other household also apply similar sort of rules and values, okay, and boundaries, okay. Okay, so I've talked about things that you want to consider. The adults in the household or other children, are they safe adults? Are they safe children? You want to consider the music that your child will be listening to. Are they appropriate music that you endorse in terms of your values? You want to consider what your child will be exposed to TV-wise, internet-wise. Are they the things that you'll be okay with? Is it something that you can control? Are you able to set expectation, clear expectation for the person that your child is going to their house? Is it something that you'll feel comfortable to in terms of letting them know that you're not okay for your child to be exposed to things like this? If you're not comfortable to do that, please, you should really carefully consider if you really want to send your child for a sleepover. Okay, would your child be supervised by a trusted, sort of a safe adult? Okay, and also you need to be asking yourself, why am I sending my child for a sleepover? Is this something that I can avoid? Is it because somebody is pressurizing me? Sometimes parents also experience parental pressure. Okay, and also you want to be considering if your child is going to another house for a sleepover. Are there rooms that your child, you want to educate your child that those rooms are off limits? Okay, and also have you had a discussion with the person that will be hosting them that you can pop in at any time? There's no like a restriction for when you can come in. Okay, do you get what I'm trying to say? So let's say your child went on a sleepover. It could even be a day trip. Okay, a day trip. They went somewhere in the afternoon or all day. Are the hosts comfortable for you to pop in at any time unannounced? So you mustn't always ring them to say I'm coming. You can stop by unannounced. Yes, BB, parenting pressure is so real, and it's something that I want to address. Sometimes as parents, you might not believe in something, or you don't know how to address something, and you think, oh, if I say something, people will think I'm too much, or somebody is asking for your child to come sleep over. You don't know how to say no. But when you weigh up these options that, okay, is my child going to be safe in this household? What is my child going to be exposed to TV-wise? Music-wise, internet-wise, adult-wise, the sort of the adults in the household. Also, you want to but one thing I must say when it comes to parenting sort of pressure, don't let anyone, any adult or friend or relative pressure you. Even don't let your children, as they get older, don't let them pressure you into them having sleepover. If you have any doubt, please don't go ahead. Okay, and if you do agree for your child to go sleepover, it's very important for you to have clear expectations for your child. Okay, let's teach your child about risks that they need to be aware of, what they've been exposed to in terms of discussion, in terms of what they're watching, in terms of where they are going, which room they're going to be in. Okay, you also want to speak to the host as well, that these are your sort of value. It's okay for you to have conversation like that. You believe you don't even want to go when you want to speak to your host. You don't want to say you don't believe it. You just have to say, let them know. You have to be assessing the risk in your head as parents, to say that, okay, yeah, oh yeah, Tosin is gonna come sleep over. If you believe in that, Tosin is gonna come sleep over. Is it okay that Tosin would avoid? As in, Tosin will avoid, let me give an example. Tosin will not be exposed to TV, etc. But I don't think the host has that responsibility, I must say, when it comes to keeping your child safe. I believe they do actually, but do they really understand why? So I think if you want somebody to keep your child safe because your child is going there, let's say it's a relative, you need to find a way to educate them about the risk out there. But you have to be mindful how you do it, okay, tactfully, so that they won't think you're accusing them, to say, okay, you know what, yeah, I trust you as my friend, as auntie, but please, obviously, if any other adults come into this house, if any other sort of adult comes around, please, it's very important that Tosin is supervised. Tosin is not left alone with any sort of adult, okay? And then teach Tosin as well to know that they need to always shout out, scream when anybody is about to touch them, or tell them to look at them nakedly or watch anything nakedly, whether it's on a screen, TV, and the internet, okay? BB wrote, if your values are not the same or very similar with the host, then I don't think they should even be sleeping over, because it will be hard for the host to go out of their way. Exactly. Absolutely. If your values are not similar, it will be really, really hard, okay, for the host to really implement your value. Even if your values are similar, you still want to find a subtle way to let them know that if there are sort of other adults in that household, that you don't want your child to be left unsupervised. And as your child grows up, you need to be educating them as well about how they can look after and protect themselves. If, for example, you are not, as your children grow older, you're not comfortable with sleepover, and you also don't know how to say it to other parents or a relative, you can suggest alternatives. Okay, you can suggest play dates. Play dates is something that you can suggest that, okay, we can meet on a Saturday in the afternoon, we can have a play date, okay, while you're supervising. You can also have a game sort of afternoon. Okay, you can also have your sort of a games out. So suggest an alternative. When you're saying no, you say, oh, this would have been a lovely opportunity. However, I think we would like a play day. Or you can just make it as clear as possible that, oh, we don't really believe in sleepover as a household, but we will welcome, what's it called, a play date. Okay. If you're not comfortable, just suggest your alternative. Don't feel shy. Don't feel like somebody will judge you. Each household, they have their own values, okay? When it comes to how we run our household. So what I want you to know is that also, as your children get older, be open with your children about the risk out there. When I mean risk, sometimes it's not about sleeping over. It's about your child going to somebody's house. Let's say you and your spouse, you may be working, they go to another person's house. You want to teach them about the risk out there, about how nobody should be touching them, exposing them to watching appropriate stuff. Nobody, they must scream, they must say no, and form that friendship. Yes, you are a parent, but have that sort of friendship with your child so that your child will feel comfortable to let you know, even if somebody had sort of stepped their boundaries. And if somebody this is something, Family Corner is going to be hosting a conference in July about sexual abuse, preventing sexual abuse. One of the things we're going to be covering is grooming. You can start educating your child about what is grooming, what is it all about, so that if your child is being groomed in any way, you can be alert to it. Okay, what else am I planning to cover? Okay, I've talked about your child going sleepover. What about if another child or another adult wants to come to your house on a sleepover? Is that something that you've thought of as a family? Okay, this is something. Sometimes I get people ringing, let's say me in the office, for example, to say, okay, oh, I'm not too sure, so person, let me just come up with a random name. John is planning to come for a sleepover in my house. John is planning to come for a sleepover in my house. I don't really know what to say. I don't know if I should say yes or no. John is a 14-year-old of my friend's child, or is sort of my nephew. I don't know if I should say yes or no. And somebody comes to me to ask that. I'll be advising as a professional, I'll be advising the person that, okay, if John was to come, are you aware of sort of John's sort of values? Even if you're aware, okay, when John does come over, how many days is he planning to come over? These are the risks that I would like you to consider. Which rooms are going to be off limits to John when John is around? Okay? Are your children going to be left unsupervised with John? If they are, what safety measures do you have in place that your children and John, they're not sort of exposed to? They don't have that temptation to experiment with something, okay? If John was around, how are you going to teach your children to say, if John was to overstep his boundary? No, you're not thinking of evil, but Satan knows how to bring evil thoughts even to, let's say, somebody like John, or it could even be the child in the household. So you want to have a conversation with your child to say, okay, John is planning to come over. It's something that you've agreed to. If you're not comfortable for John to come over, please say no. Don't pressurize yourself to say yes. Speak to your spouse. Say it's not about trying to look good on another family. It's okay to say no, that, oh, you're not available. But let's say you said yes. Let me use that example. Let's say you said yes. You want to consider the rooms that will be off limit to John. You want to have a conversation with your own children, how they should be dressing while John is around. You want to have a conversation about why it's important for them not to be left unsupervised with John. You also want to have a conversation with your children about how they should protect themselves, okay, away. You also want John to know about the rules of your household, places that are off limit where you don't want them to go, the sort of thing, how you're mindful about how the internet is used in your house, okay, how you like everybody to be in a sort of a communal sort of area. You want to have that come on. Let them know the expectation within your household. You want to let them know that you knock before somebody enters the toilet or the bathroom, because I'll be honest with you, some young people, some children, they just barge into the bathroom or even the bedroom without knocking. You want to make that clear expectation. You don't want to make an assumption that John would know how your household operates, okay. BB says she's looking forward to the conference. Yes, I'm having another social worker who is an experienced sort of social worker as well. We're putting the conference together about preventing sexual abuse. It's going to be like a 2-hour conference. It's going to be amazing. Please, if you have any question, please let me know. I know spending the night with friends may seem like a normal part of growing up for a number of people, but it is okay for you to say no. It is also okay for you to say yes. If you did say yes to sleepover, remember you need to consider all the risk out there what your child is being exposed to. You need to have clear expectation. You need to have your own rules, okay? You need to ensure that they are trusted adults out there. Like, due to the nature of my job, it's really hard for me to say they are trusted adult out there. However, I must say there are still trusted adult out there. Someone like me, while I was single, I was opportune to look after somebody from my church when I lived in Birmingham. I was opportune to look after our 3 children. I never abused them. However, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for somebody else. But she must have trusted me to have allowed for me to look after her children. And I'm sure she also had equipped her children to know what they are to say no to, how she speaks to them, to know how I had looked after them. You know, obviously she needs to be asking them what sort of thing happened during the day, etc. And one thing, whenever somebody's coming over to your house, whether it's a day trip, whether it's you going to somebody else's house, you need to be very observant. Let me just make that clear. Always constantly be observant. You're not thinking, oh, my child is going to be abused, but God expects us to be alert, okay? When God is wanting us to be alert, it doesn't mean you only should be alert because temptation is coming your way. You need to be alert while you're going anywhere with your children or your child goes anywhere. You always constantly have to be alert. It doesn't make you to be like a paranoid parent, but it's the right thing for you when you are raising your children. Does anybody have any question that they would like to ask when it comes to sleepover? Okay, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Always think about your safety measures, okay, that you have safety measures in place when it comes to protecting your children, okay? Always think about that, okay? What else was I gonna let you know? Yeah, another benefit I would say is that sometimes children learn to be independent when they go sleepover. They learn to get themselves ready and whatnot. If anybody has any question, please feel free to let me know. Okay, no question from me, but thanks for sharing this. You're welcome. Okay. Another thing for you to consider is, do you really know the family? Remember I said that. Would you feel comfortable also to assert your views around what is happening? So let's say your child went sleepover or went on a day trip and you observed something that didn't seem right. Would it be something you'd be comfortable to assert your views? If it's something that you're not going to be comfortable, you really want to think about if you really want your child to be going sleepover or going there on a day trip, and also the frequency you want your child to be going there on a day trip, okay? Satan is really playing a role now in terms of letting people abuse children abusing other children, adults, relatives, uncles, church members abusing children sexually, okay? So we really want to be equipping ourselves, okay? You really want to keep learning about this, okay? Since there isn't any question, please, and once I've ended this video, if you have any question, please feel free to ask, okay? Leave it in the comment section. Family Corner will be back tomorrow as well, by the way, at 5 o'clock. And I'm going to be talking about sharing some tips when it comes. I've noticed I've not been talking about babies recently. So Family Corner will be back tomorrow, Sunday at 5 o'clock, where I'm going to be talking about tips for when caring for babies. Okay, this is something that I've also had professional experience and also my own experience. Okay, I'm going to be sharing some tips, and I would like you to comment as well any tips you had for other parents, moms and dad, when it comes to caring for their babies. Okay, that's it really from me. I will be ending this video now. I hope I will be able to do that freely from here. Okay, it seems it's something that I can do from here. Okay, so be open with your children about the risk. Okay, about the risk. Okay, if you have any doubt, please say no. Okay, and don't let anyone, I really need to keep saying that, don't let anyone pressurize you, okay, into sleepover. And always consider alternatives as well. Games afternoon, play dates with the person. Okay, and we've talked about that sleepovers can also be both positive and negative, but whether they are positive, if sleepovers are positive, but you need to be aware of the risk. And the most important thing, the final word I will leave you with, is that stay alert always, be observant. Okay, be observant. Have a great afternoon today, this lovely Saturday, and God bless you. Bye.